everybody?
Well, did you ponder on what we've been talking about? Did
Yeah.
you come up with any
A
answers?
little bit. No, not yet.
Well,
That's still stumping me. I know there's an answer, but maybe I guess I just don't know it yet.
well, well, if you're just now joining us, we are talking about shadow people. How different, if there's any difference in between shadow people and shadows that you see on the wall. Being a paranormal investigators and stuff like that, we're always doing, seeing shadows and stuff like that. Did you see a shadow on the wall and places like that? But more and more people nowadays are seeing shadow people personally. And but my question was to Jeff a while ago was, and he was talking about cameras picking up shadows and stuff like that, and we see shadows on the walls and stuff. But if there's nothing there to cast that shadow, is the shadow cast by a shadow person or shadow people? Because you can't see the shadow person, but you can see the shadow. Now, my question was, is shadows that we see are the same as the shadow people? And
Really?
it kind of got him stumped. That's very unusual to stump Jeff.
That's a hard decision for me. It's a hard decision to call. It's
Well, yeah, like
in
I
a
said,
way, I think it could be, but in a way, I think it couldn't be. So I'm really like, ugh.
well, that's why I was asking. The discussion is because we need more people to know about this and what because you see a shadow person,
Yeah.
it's going to be more of a solid mass shape like person.
Yeah.
Shadows you can see is the silhouette of something that's made that shadow on there,
Blocking the light.
but it's see-through, right? Shadow people are not see-through because they're a solid mass.
I've only seen one shadow person that I've actually witnessed myself that cast a shadow, but was it actually the shadow person that cast the shadow, or was it something else? Now you got me thinking about that. I don't know.
Well, that's my job to make you think.
Figure out a way to find out.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to think about. Like I said, being an investigator, of course, tapping the Arkansas Paranormal Network is part of the Arkansas Ghost Hunters of Crawford County. Being investigators, we look at when we look and did you see that shadow and stuff like that. But if it's nothing there, but you see the shadow, and people say, I see shadow people, and you don't, is that shadow person casting that shadow? Or is it totally different? That's the question. So, I guess it's up to you. I guess it's up to you to figure, not you, Jeff, but everybody that's listening, that the question is that really true, or are they just two different subjects, because you talk about shadow people and you talk about shadows. I seen a shadow. Is you that shadow person? That's a shadow. What's the difference?
Well, I do know of ancient people used to believe there was a culture of shadow people. I do know that, but I can't get into that tonight because I'd have to go back and do a lot of research to get back to where that was. I do know an ancient culture believed that there was a culture that really believed there were shadow people. I can't remember much about it right offhand, but
Yeah, but like I said, there's always that. To me, and that's why I bring it up. That's why I bring this show up like that, because people need to know about shadow people and shadows. The difference in between them. Or is there? Hey, if you know the answer, come to the chat room. Jeff's is in the chat room. I don't know if he's by himself. We do have a caller on the line, but she's here listening. She just want to listen to the show. We want to say hello. Thanks for calling in, and thanks for listening. We can take more calls if you want to call in and kind of give us your opinion about is shadows people the same as shadows that you see. 917-889-3239. Call us and give us your opinion. If you don't want to be on the radio and talk on the radio, go to the chat room. And Jeff will tell you how to get to the chat room.
It's www.blogtalkradio.com. Go to the upper left-hand corner under Live and search Tapping. Should bring you right to where I'm sitting here all by myself again.
But anyway, that's the question to everybody. Now, if you have seen shadow people, hey, you want to share your story with us, give us a call. Or go to the chat room, either one. We'd love to hear it, Anybody wants to give us an opinion on it? Yeah. Hey, we're that's what we're here for, to educate everybody out there about the subject. So, you got anything else that you can read, Jeff?
Well, I found some just little things people wrote into this one site about shadow people. And this one says they really are real. I have been seeing them since I was 5 or 6 myself. I even sleepwalk. Okay. I've gone through sleep studies. I don't know what that word is, but pretty much everything. I'm 31 years old, and I have a deadbolt lock on my bedroom door because of the sleepwalking. My husband has to hide the key so I don't open it dead asleep. My husband once told me I had a conversation with someone that wasn't there while I was asleep. Shadow people are no fun and games. This is not a joke. The worst part is sleep paralysis. That feeling in the middle of dead asleep that you cannot wake up or move from. I sleep with the Bible under my pillow and a dream catcher and a cross over my bed. I'm living with this day by day. It won't ever go away. That's a pretty interesting story. Let's see, what's my next one? Okay. I kind of like this one. It says, look, guys, everyone who's truly experienced shadow people know they are real. The psychologists that say it's merely a part of sleep paralysis are not eyewitnesses. They are not victims. They are just skeptics who want to understand something that is not definable by modern psychology or science as a whole. Truth be told, of course, no one wants to think they're crazy, but I know what I say. I'm not simply trying to justify it in my crazy head. I've seen it plain 100% sober consciousness. It's something that goes beyond seeing. You can just feel it before you even see it. That type of thing that makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck. The good news is you can make it leave your life. I had 4 visits in which it never returned since 2 years after I had faced it, told them to leave. There were 2 distinctly different ones. It is psychological in the sense that you allow it domination upon you. The moment you face it, it becomes weaker. It feeds off of your fear. Wow.
I found a video here. It's called "Who Are the Shadow People," and it's about 3 minutes long. So I'm going to let it roll and see what it says.
Cool. Are these like shadowy spiritual entities that pretty much have the shape of a person? And the reason I want to talk about this today is because I've seen one before when I was very young. When I was around 4 or 5 years old, I used to live in these apartments, and my mom and dad, they were in their bedroom, and I was in the living room. And all of a sudden, when I was just playing in the living room, I saw this shadowy figure, a tall shadowy figure. And it didn't really scare me too much, but it just made me kind of curious, you know. But that was the first time I ever saw one of those, and just a few years later, we moved somewhere else, and I saw another one. I don't know if it was the same shadow person, but it was like this tall, shadowy figure I would see just walking down the hallway, and sometimes in my room. These shadow people, I mean, they've never done anything, but it was just weird just to see them walk around. And well, that was the last time I ever saw one, but I haven't seen any since. So
Yeah, that's more of a experience of shadow people. Are you there, Jeff?
Yeah, I did. My son was talking to me, and I muted the mic there for a second. Forgot to turn it back on.
Got to wonder if you could say, "Oh, here we go again."
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've got another one almost kind of like that. It's basically talking about seeing them. It says, I taught my shadow guide to play the guitar. He's now better than me. Wow, that's cool. He also makes for a great friend. They're not scary. He told me to tell everyone that. It's not their fault how they look. He says he wishes he had red hair, not air, and a big old jolly belly, because he said he would eat cupcakes all the time. But most important, he wishes children were not afraid of him. Him and all shadow people mean no harm at all. We are only actually there to have fun, he says, and protect all children. Well, that guy actually has conversations with them.
Well, that wouldn't. I don't know. That wouldn't be shadow. Would it? That'd be more of an intelligent haunting. I mean, intelligent.
Like that.
I don't think that would be a shadow. I don't know you could even talk to a shadow person. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I've never been.
I've never heard anybody talk to a shadow person. I could be wrong.
No, not yet.
It could be.
Yep, could be.
You never know. I don't know. So.
Oh wow, here's a really scientific one. This guy, this one's a guy. He says shadows are real because they are actually bent light. Your body or any object in question creates the shadows by disrupting the flow of light.